Hi everyone, and welcome to another stock market update. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to do a technical analysis of the S&P 500, IWM, and the triple Qs. Um, so it has been a pretty crazy week. We called the top. I had mentioned in my previous videos that there was going to be a drawdown, and it happened. Now the question is whether we buy this dip or are we going to head lower. So let's have a look. Okay, so previously. The reason why we made that decision that it was going to fall was because it was following the EMA clouds and it was headed lower. So these purple areas are where previously I predict that there's going to be a drawdown. And if you can kind of see looking back, it has come. Right now we're near to the end of it. So we're kind of exiting that zone and it's kind of setting up for a potential reversal, but nothing is certain. So let's have a look here. I will also add a EMA cloud to this. Okay, so we have the EMA clouds now. So let's see. So let's look at the daily first. So on the daily chart, we can see that the EMA cloud is still red. Okay, so we're still bearish on the daily, which is because we're swing trading and we're holding positions for about a month. This is kind of the most accurate thing. If you go on the weekly, are we starting to turn red? No, we're still green, but we're below the green cloud. So we're turning red. On the 4-hour, it is also red. We can see that we came at 7:30 this morning. We came up, we tested this, and we kind of broke back down. And this level of key resistance, kind of going back here, beautifully held. And this was a about a 1% move. So if you were day trading, you could probably scalp this. You buy option 7 days out, and that's probably like maybe a 30 to 50% gain, just that move right there. So let's look at the 4-hour EMA, the 4-hour Heikin Ashi. So 4-hour Heikin Ashi, again, here we have an indecision candle here, and again, we don't really have a truly bearish candle here. So let's look at the daily. We're still pretty bearish on the daily, okay, with the Heikin Ashi. On the 1-hour, a little bit of indecision. So the market's kind of trying to decide, but these were massive kind of bars. And here on the 1-hour, we're still below the EMA cloud, but we have a couple of these candles. We can see that once these full bars were present, then we could have taken this trade down. So essentially from September 17th to around 12:30 on September 20th, we exit on this candle when there's a little bit of reversal here, but essentially we could have taken this trade down. And again, here we're below the red EMA. So, and although we're getting some candles that are showing some indecision, we're not completely bullish. Okay, there's still some indecision in the market where we don't really know what way we're headed to next. Let's look at the 15-minute. We kind of flipped the EMA cloud green, but then it's red and it's green, so it's kind of pretty wishy-washy. So 4-hour on the regular candle, again red. 1-hour it's red, and 15 minutes it's green and kind of red. So for this SPY, what is going to be my prediction? I think so for this SPY, like the thing is that this level down here is a reasonable target. Now, the problem is that there's so much liquidity in the system, and the US market is just one of the best markets in the world to invest in because they follow contract law better, the systems are better, and also the currency is denominated in US dollars, so you don't have any currency risks. And the US market has kind of been outperforming most other markets. So there's a lot of foreign investments in the US, and most people just prefer to invest in the US compared to China or some other foreign market. So there's also these pension funds that always are constantly buying the S&P 500. So there's always a bid for the S&P 500. Whether we get down to 425, potentially, there's some people that are calling for like 411 or like 420. And some people actually are even saying 405, kind of down here. I don't think that we're going to get to 405. I mean, this would have to be like a huge liquidity crisis. And to be quite frank, if we're headed down to 405, that would be a 10% correction, okay? Which is pretty significant. Let's see where the 200-day moving average is. 200-day moving average. 200-day moving average is around 410. So yeah, 411, and you know, by the time it'll get there, it'll be 411. So 411 is my maximum, and that would be pretty extreme selling if we're gonna get down there. But yeah, I don't know. It's so tough to say. Like 425 is reasonable, and it depends on your like your time frame as well. So when do I think that we're going to get to 453? I think we're going to get to 453 like by the end of October. Okay, so if we kind of look here, probably like somewhere around here, we can kind of get there. A possible scenario is that we rally up here, okay? So we rally to the 441, and that would still be on the red EMA. So we get down here, okay? So let's see, we get to this 441 area, okay? Then we come back, we test this 437, and then we resume, okay? I think that's probably what's gonna happen. Another scenario is another scenario would be tomorrow we just kind of gap down to 425, although that's less likely. The question, okay, this is the ultimate question. Are we going to go up and then test 430 and then resume? I don't think, like, just because of how bearish things are, I don't think the selling is completely done, but I'm not in a place to say, okay, we're going to go to 411, yeah. It's pretty bearish though. Like this EMA cloud, that EMA cloud, the 1 hour. I would essentially need to see this reverse to green. Yeah, but there's a lot of overhead resistance, like 441, then we come back down, 435, and then we could resume, or we kind of go up here, we come down here, and then we resume. I think that the lowest that we go is 420 is my guess for 425 is what I think, but 411 is, I really don't think that's going to happen. 420, 422, that's also less likely. I think 425 is probably the ultimate support. But I can see this gap filling, and then we kind of need to make a decision from there. Let's go on to the triple Qs. Same story. 361 is our support. Are we going to fill here, come back down here, and then kind of resume off? Potentially. This fib retracement at the 2000 fib retracement is an important level. So let's just stick to the price action and let that decide. IWM, this is just a mess. I am not trading in this environment. We would probably need to get above here and then resume, but this is just uninvestable. Like, it's going nowhere. I would rather be in the SPY and the triple Qs for now. Some of the positions that I put on at the close were SAVA. So I bought some, let's look at the daily here. I bought some calls here. Let's look at that on the normal time frame. So I bought some calls here, 70 strike expiring in November. We're kind of pushing this EMA cloud on the daily. 4 hour has already turned green. What's our target here? Our target is the 78 level. So I'll probably exit my this touch here, or 73, and let's see, and probably this level as well. Okay, so 73.79. Like, I'll probably take some profits off here, and this would be a 37% move. So my target is up here, and then I think LCID was was a play that a lot of people did. Yeah, I think like this is pretty bullish momentum. Let's look at the Heikin Ashi. 4-hour Heikin Ashi looks great. Daily Heikin Ashi, 1-hour Heikin Ashi. A little bit of indecision here, but I mean we're way above this EMA cloud. I think it's good to go. On the 4-hour, like there's a little bit of selling at the close, but you know you can expect that with these. We kind of need to look at the Heikin Ashi with these big trends, and as long as we're above this green EMA cloud on the 1-hour, good to go. I think that's a good play. Okay, and what would be the target for LCID? I think the target would probably be at the top of this range, so like $29 would probably be where I would be looking to take some profits. Another play that I actually did was XBI. So let's look here. Okay, XBI, this was like a huge winner, like massive momentum. This is a equal weighted biotech ETF. So it's not cap weighted. So it's essentially a lot of smaller, and they have smaller portions. And we kind of, huge rally. We've been consolidating, haven't been going anywhere. But the thing that interests me regarding this is that, yeah, we've been consolidating. EMA cloud is like starting to, it's a little red right now, but it's kind of starting to turn green, and it's kind of switching back and forth. 4-hour EMA cloud is red, but it's kind of switching back and forth. But the weekly, if we look at the weekly on the, it's starting to turn green, and I like that. So we weren't green for a while, and when we turned green, this was off to the races. We turned green like momentarily there, and it didn't really hold. But we'll see if this can hold. But if this can remain green, then I think we're headed up. Also on the moving averages, so this is the 200-day moving average, and if you look at the 100-day moving average, we're above the 100-day moving average. And if you're above the 100 moving day average, you should be bullish. We're above the 100-day moving average. We're above the 50-day moving average. We're below the 20-day moving average, but we have a cross of the 20-day moving average above the 50-day moving average. So this has bullish momentum. So if we're above the 50-day moving average, we're above the 100-day moving average, I'm long calls here, and we're not looking for much of a move. We're just looking for a move just to this 139 level, and then we're probably going to take some of our profits there. The implied volatility for this is like 30%. It's actually pretty reasonable. Let's look at the option chain for that. So let's look at the January one. So 140 is okay. So like 130s are around like 920. Okay, it's 920, and that's pretty reasonable. So you'd probably break even, and obviously, like if it makes the move before January, you'd be looking at around a 50% to a 75% gain, and then you can kind of buy out of the monies if you are more bullish. And if it makes this move to 140, within a month or two, these will probably double in price. Ultimately, obviously, like we're hoping that it breaks up to all-time highs around 165. This fib retracement, I don't know if it'll kind of get up there, but we're hoping it'll kind of go to this fib retracement. If you look at the, let's see here, this was the drawdown. Okay, so yeah, this 140 level is pretty key. If it can break above this 140 level, next one will probably be 146, and we can see that, yeah, there's some resistance here, 146, and then here, and then as we said before, guys, it's interesting how these two fib retracements are matching up. 162 would be the ultimate kind of goal. 162, if this gets there, This will be 20 bucks. So these are like $5. So this would be around $5, or it would be like 4 times 4x. So that's pretty good. So I'm in that trade. I'm in this XBI trade. I think well, I don't know. The weekly is turning green. So I think like I like this, and also the fact that it's above the 50-day and the 100-day. I like that. High Kanashi is looking not too bullish. And that's why, I actually have like a pretty long dated expiry. It's 122 days. So I'm not looking for like an imminent move. I'm looking for a move within the next one to 2 months. And that is all. So thank you for tuning in. And if you have any comments or questions, just leave it below and I'll be happy to engage. Have a good night, guys.